Paul already missed out the weekend. She was like, she's actually positive before the weekend. I said, darling, sorry, even you have no symptom, you can't come.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know. Christine, did you get a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I was watching some of it, and then I got a phone call, and then I was I watched a couple of your shorter little things that you posted, because I just had it like open to the group, and I was going through things in the group.
Okay.
I look like I had something up my butt moving around. Hey, you got to come. It's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I look really great.
Yeah. Anyway, I was looking, I saw the picture of the COVID test, and I didn't like read it yet. I'm just like, you just kind of look at the picture first. I thought it was a pregnancy test.
I would just say, but you'd be waiting a long time for my response on that one. Immaculate conception comes into this. Oh. Interestingly enough, the greatest power, I've always said it's within the woman, our core, our womb has that energy of life, it does. And then I read something about where our energy with our chakras and stuff, right? And I went to Helen's place. I dropped Helen off home, and she asked me to walk through her home, and I was grateful. I was really grateful, because I had to use, I asked her to use the toilet, but she wanted me to particularly go through her home, and it was, she was really lovely. But she had this thing on chakras, and she said, we're really strong down here. I said, yeah, absolutely. Our womb is where the seed of life comes from. It's where the power lies. That's why men have always been jealous. But I'm not a man hater. I love men. I'm just saying that's why they are intimidated by women. Oh, mate, if they could grow a sprout from their dick, you'd be all right. Just by putting it out there. Yeah. So anyway, this visualization, I understand. I actually understand about it, because I go and park. Okay, guys, have you ever gone to an area where you shouldn't park? It's not no standing, but it's an area where you shouldn't park. I turn around and say to my beautiful car, you belong. You belong. So anyone looks at you, you belong, right? I belong, right? I don't get tickets. Honestly, I don't. Because it's said with conviction, darling. I think I understand exactly. You visualize it. And I visualize over many years, but like I said, I reckon I could pick the point where that went this way, like skewed. Now I've got to go back to it.
Okay. Let's give Christine some of the background, because this weekend, as you understand that I'm strongly, spiritually connected, that like we can see, hear, and feel stuff that's like, and just the knowing. So the three center of intelligence is the thinking, our heart, and our gut. Okay. So over the weekend, we went through the Enneagram, but the Enneagram is not just like sit down, feel, is one of the personality tests, because I'm sure you came across a lot as well in the education department. They say, oh, you are type A or type B, or are you a melancholic? Are you the feeling type or the thinking type? Are you the
you're a pigeon? You're a pigeon. All right.
Okay, so the Enneagram has been around for many years. Okay, it goes back to the 1800s. So, but what I brought to the group is that it talk about at a spiritual level, that to bring us to the higher self, and when we attain to the higher self, where our best would be, and then on average, most of us are on the average level of development. And for those who unfortunately been mentally unwell, could be at the unhealthy level. But the fact is, in Enneagram, it allows a person to grow as we go through, a period of time that we are seeking. When we are seeker, we are all seeker in this container. Okay, so when we did that, I actually brought the group through the embodiment, is to bring them through about now we are living our average life. Even myself, I'm part of the average, of my personality type. But then when I'm going through a level of distress, we go through the direction of stress as well. So we regress to the not so good coping mechanism. This personality is really teaching us how we cope when we are at our best in Enneagram, how we cope when we are not in our best. So I brought them from the average to the worst case scenario could be, okay, and then brought them back to their best self to help them to embody that. So they can identify with it. Instead of beating ourselves up, it's like, it's okay. Because when we are under stress, under pressure, none of us will cope really well. Even the last 2 years, okay? So at that, we embodied it within ourselves. And during the weekend, we also did the wealth code. Okay, so helping us to understand our mindset, how we have been living in scarcity. Okay, because I understand that you're probably one of the well-to-do ladies in our group with like
Me?
how many properties. Sitting, I'm just guessing. Okay, I'm just guessing, just hinting. But the fact is, our mind still like, oh, I have 8 properties. Probably not enough. How would that be enough? But that's we are living in scarcity instead of like, oh, I'm grateful. I have 8. From this 8, I can double this. I can see what more could come. But how often we see what more could come, or instead of looking at what we don't have. So that's why, for today's session, is like, even though it's a radiant, but from our soul, within our willpower, our emotion, and our mind, especially from our mind, what we've been feeding in our mind. That's why I want you guys to see that, watch the video, the visualization. Because those 2 girlfriends, Michelle and Grace, they are 2 coaches as well. They have done a lot of this type of work. So what they share, they're already quite a few steps ahead for some of you guys. So you can hear what other people have already on this journey, how they see things, what we focus on, and how we feed our mind, our emotion, and our willpower to bring us to this strong capability of look at what we have and be thankful and continue to see the bigger picture, what's coming to us. So therefore, we shine within. Remember, I always say, the beauty inside out, we don't rely on the makeup outside. We depends on our inner being to shine. Okay, any questions so far? It's really theoretical, but of course you know that I'm a very practical person. We definitely will have an exercise for you to do that. Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
You're good.
I've done visualizations.
Okay. Okay. Anna?
No, I've been doing visualizations for a long time, but I like I said, I've just restarted again. Now I started off again to visualize light around my house, light around my body, sending a prayer, but I've always done that automatically. Now I make sure that it's solid. Right. I'm doing more and more in relations to the dream state, because what happens in our busy lives, we forget that there's a reason why we do things. And why, I'm not just talking about, having to put food on the table, but, I did it because I love what I do. I did it because I love watching my kids. I'm grateful for what I have. But what about what I want?
Yeah.
So like I said, and I'm sure you guys have heard the story, again and again. This is about me now. It's about me, and other people will prosper when I prosper. So, I will share.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 2 things here. One is about yourself. Yes, as you said, you look after so many people before you met me already, but you negate to look after yourself. So once you shifted that perspective, look how well you are. As when I met Anna, I said, Anna, there was a lot of heaviness. I mean, she doesn't mind me saying that, because it's the shifting that we help ourselves to make forward. And she's much lighter, much more joyful. She was joyful already, but the joy are so naturally coming out.
Yeah. I found calm, Christine. calm. With calm, there's creation. So I'm meditating more, and not 10 minutes. I'm going to 20 minutes a day. I do my affirmations and everything in the morning. I'm finding time for me, like when I used to study with music and everything. I remembered everything on a tune, right? Now it's frequency, so it's different.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Good. Your grandson is just peeping.
hey, what did I say? Grandma asked for 1 hour. Can you guys give me some time? Yes, Grandma. Thanks, honey. Oh, what's for dinner? Dinner? Well, I'll surprise you with that. How's that? Okay. Thank you. I usually have dinner by 6 o'clock, but because I haven't been well and my daughter's gone for an appointment, I've just said to them, you know what? I gave him a bit of a treat. Said, I'll feed you when I'm done.
Very good. Okay. So the reason we're looking after yourself, that then you could, look after your family.
Yeah.
All right. Then we need to, one more step to see that when your family is well, what can you see your family do it for the world?
They can check. Well, my family's well, then I don't need to worry about them. I don't need to worry about them. And then the other focus will come back to where I am. Right. So, right. And people have said, like, my, who said it to me? Just trying to remember. Someone said to me, I love chaos. Someone said that to me recently. I love chaos. I go, no, honey. Chaos finds me, because I weed through it. This is my job. Without chaos, I don't make money. That's the truth. It's security. I say chaos finds me because it knows that I will sort it out. But I don't like chaos. I don't want chaos, and I don't want drama. That's absolutely not what I want. And my family knows how I feel. And there are people I no longer speak to because I'm just like, you're a drainer. I can't do this. Right? I've got to focus my energies on positive. I love you, but if you're going to come in here like this and not do anything or change your life, I can't change it for them. I don't know about you, Christine. If you can wave a magic wand, you try and help everyone, right? Right. So
well, yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm always trying to help.
There you go. But we forget ourselves. I've been in survival mode for a really long time. All right. I'm learning that even though I'm moving forward, that it's okay. Yeah, I'm okay, which means I can continue where I'm going. It's not I'm not panicking. I don't need to worry about, if my son's okay, if my daughter's fine, if my grandchildren are okay. They understand now. So now Grandma says this is time for her, and they do leave me alone in general.
Good.
Okay. But it's when Grandma's sick and they're not well, and it's like, and it's a little bit hard today because Grandma's wondering what she's going to cook them, and then she's going, oh, you know what? I'll do sandwiches, toasted.
Beef and ham, yum, yum. Okay. Well, what I'm asking is, what would you visualize your family's contribution to the world? Because for us to be rich is very easy. But the fact is, when we have the wealth, means we will have the power and influence.
Yeah.
What do you see your family contribution to the world to make it very obvious?
Actually, I see them making their own wealth their own way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, just so you guys know, I'm also teaching my grandchildren now to visualize, to say things. And my grandson sees me, I'm rich.
Yeah.
Right. And it starts small, it starts small. I'm strong, it's just small, but every day we sit down and I say, you've got to say, what are you going to say? Yep, I'm rich. All right.
Okay.
Because their imagination and their power is now.
Yes.
Okay. And my kids, I see my kids they have to do their own thing. I cannot, I want to be part of it. I will share. I'll help them grow, but I cannot do everything. I cannot continue to make them my primary focus. I just can't do it. I've done my hard yards as a mother. I'm a grandmother. I should be able to go, it's really lovely. Get the fuck out. Okay. You know, my grandson says to me, I said, yeah, one day there might be a new grandpa in bed. He goes, he's dead. That's my 5-year-old. No, he's dead. You don't have a grandpa. Grandpa's over there. We don't want another grandpa. Like that's.
Well,
So
Mom,
that's their visualization. They don't see, they visualize their life being with me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the kids see is grandma, right? But I'm saying it's more to life, more than grandma. All right, it's got to be more than grandma. And now my grandkids are saying to mummy, you know, no, this isn't good enough. We want to do this. Can you help me do this, mum? So it's my way of, rather than going nuts and crazy and yelling and screaming, I just turn around and go, I need to walk away from this. Could you give me 5-10 minutes? I'll be back. But that's teaching them to, you know, that's how I see their growing. I have to let go, let them grow. I don't know, Christine, you have children too, right?
I have I have one daughter and she's married, and I've got the grandkids. I had the grandkids. You might have seen the post. We went gem mining last weekend or weekend before. And what would they do? I really don't know. That's kind of up to them. And I don't have them all the time. They're about an hour away, and my daughter's schedule, she's in retail, she's at a jewelry store. So it's like, you know, I'm typically off on weekends and I'm off for the summer, but she's always working on weekends. And then her husband works a night shift at a hotel. So not always easy getting together, but whatever their contribution to the world is going to be, it's whatever they want to do. For me, eventually I want to be in the point where I'm going to be able to provide affordable housing to people.
Yeah.
That's, you know, I want to be able to get, like, I've got a friend in another city, and he's always struggling. He's been fighting Social Security disability, and I would love to be able to just say, here, you've got a place to live and you don't have to worry about that part. You know, he's got a son with autism that he has primary custody of, and it's just, it's always a struggle. And it's like, it shouldn't be that way. And so that's, you know, I have to get to a point where I don't have to teach anymore. That's my first goal, is build up the businesses between my real estate and the insurance to a point where I don't have to be in that classroom all the time. And then just grow and grow and grow to where I can then just provide, you know, just, it's going to be automatic. I don't have to worry about the income coming in, and then there will be projects and partners, and let's do this, you know, because you just see all the time we've got huge homelessness problems in certain areas of the US, and you know, veterans on the streets, and homeless tent cities over on the West Coast. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it shouldn't be this way. And the housing market right now, you know, the not only are the sale prices going crazy, but so are the rents. And it's just like, my daughter tells me, she's like, we're making more money than we've ever made before, and she still feels like she can't take care of her family. You know, and I'm just like, people shouldn't have that kind of stress.
Yeah.
So that's where I visualize as being able to help people just have that level of security, you know, like Maslow's pyramid, that safety, that food, shelter, safety part. And just because nobody's going to reach this self-actualization part if they're not that bottom of the pyramid isn't secure.
Absolutely. Good on you. Okay. So that's why, you know, what is beyond us? We are all capable of looking after ourselves. When we look after ourselves, look after our family, then is what is to do for the society. So that gives us, you know, the willpower to continuing growing ourselves. Otherwise, we could be easily being complacent. Oh, I have a job, we pay the bill, just pay the bill. Last time people just, oh, just pay the bill, you'll be happy. But nowadays, it's not that. It's more than it. So the willpower to help us to have a strong mind, knowing where we go, that sense of direction. And with that sense of direction, emotionally, we will be well. The knowing, the feelings of abundance, achieving what we are going forward. Therefore, this is the soul level, not externally. It's deep down. So what you guys are doing for your grandchildren, you're helping them to consolidate that there's connection within themselves.
Yeah.
Body to the soul and the spirit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, you can't look after other people unless you can look after yourself. I've been looking after other people and trying to look after other people for a number of years. So now it's just, you know, no, okay, it's too much. The body's its limit. But whatever I do, I'll thrive, and I'll prosper, and I'll be able to make beautiful choices to help others. You know?
Exactly. So
Right.
therefore, when we help others, we don't feel drained.
Yeah, absolutely.
We won't feel alone. I mean, Christine, like what you're wanting to do is really beautiful. You know, for you to have a real
Absolutely.
estate.
Absolutely.
And now you meet Anna, she will set a really good security perimeter for you. No one, so we can get into it.
Christine, I always wanted to create a place, a haven for children, right? To protect them, to give them a home, to give them security. There are so many kids, that if we could just get the children before they grow up and help them physically and spiritually, we'll be able to change the fucking world. All right. My house is a halfway house for a long time. And as Catherine found out on the weekend, there's others still lining up to try and get in. So it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, children are the savior of this planet, because we've sure fucked it up. So anyway, no, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that, you know, I always wanted to do that. I even had a drawing. I've got it somewhere in my mum's house, a drawing of a great big barn that just keeps growing and growing. The animals were on this great big open land. Anyway, we had horses and cows and stuff, but we were all together. You know, my cousins and friends and everybody that needed a place was there.
Absolutely.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a reason we open here is, you know, one of my work with people is to try to help to stop the human trafficking. You know, Mother Teresa, you know, used to be in Calcutta raising against other people to pick up baby from the train station. Because if the nunnery didn't pick up this babies from the train station, who knows what kind of people will pick up those babies, and who knows who they will end up with.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why the container here is for all of us to come through, you know, some form of healing. You know, some people say, oh, I have not got as worse as others, or someone say, oh, I got the worst case. It's not the who gone through the worst case scenario in the past, but we all in a spiritual level are here to be part of the healing journey so that we could go out to heal others as well.
Absolutely.
And a lot of us here been conditioned in many ways. As you said, children have such a good imagination. You watch your grandchildren, they play. Things that come out of their mind is like, how possible? The way they think it is possible. But how many of us been told things like, don't be stupid. Thing doesn't work this way. Money doesn't grow on tree. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So how
Actually, I don't know if you have it over there. There is actually a plant that's called the money tree.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and
We
it looks like it's got the little they're round and they're white. They almost look like they're supposed to be silver dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So yeah, somebody would say that to me. I'm like, oh yes, it does.
That's
I say to my grandchildren now when they say, "Oh, Grandma, can we go get this?" I go, "Are you going to get a job? Where's this coming from? You got a job?" "No, don't be ridiculous, Grandma." I go, "Well, why am I being ridiculous? Do you think Grandma's got a bank in her pocket?" Grandma's pockets are not empty, honey. She just doesn't carry her money so that's visible for you. Yeah. He vacuums now. He's doing his chores. He gets money on the weekend. But yeah, it's just kids' perceptions. They're so entitled. They feel like they're bloody entitled, and I'm not used to this.
Mm.
My youngest one doesn't, but my oldest one's shown signs, and I've almost knocked him out for it. But yeah. Like, I just can't believe it. Sorry, Catherine. I'm not digressing. This is important to understand because people, there's an entitlement. When they feel entitled to stuff, they're not open to the connection.
Mm.
Okay? I want to stop that so that he is open to the connection. He is accepting. He is listening. He is moving. It has to stop. I never felt entitled, guys. I have never gone, I'm entitled to this. All I've said just recently is I hadn't realized how tired my body was because I hadn't stopped, Christine, in like 30 years. I think it's the longest stretch where I've had a choice where I'm working bits and pieces and doing stuff. But now I'm accelerating that and changing that. But I really needed that time to rest.
Yeah.
And to re-energize and find this. Right? So Catherine's come at the right time because I was ready for her. Oh.
Okay. It's okay. It's not about well, for all us, we have not grown up in the era that we are entitled for anything. We were taught that we need to earn our right or entitlement. But the fact is, because such a harsh, not harsh, but like in a way that in the 80s, you have to teach the kids how abundant our life is. Just give them. Everyone need to have as a teacher, everyone is entitled to get a title or get an award, even you come last as a race. And then we grown up of these 80s and 90s kids that they all have entitlement. I have my right. I said, yes, when you have your right, you have much responsibility as well. They said, what was it? I said, well, as a citizen, we have a right as a citizen. But as a citizens, we also have responsibility. When we dig deep with them, what do you mean by responsibility? I said, yes, you're entitled to go to uni and get a loan from the government, but you know who is funding our government to have the loan for you guys to go to uni?
Oh yeah, I've got these kids all the time and they just like cell phones. Oh my God. Like they just think it's their ultimate right to have that out and do what they want whenever they want. And it's like, no, put it away. And they're like, well, you can't take my phone. I'm like, try me.
Yeah.
Well, I put a mobile phone in a fridge today. And it wasn't mine. My grandson has asked me for my daughter goes, oh, we'll have to get. I go, he's not getting a mobile. He's got a watch phone. It gives him numbers to dial out if there's an emergency, and we've got a way to communicate with him. He gets no phone.
Mm.
And you tell that to your grandfather, because if he buys him a phone, I'll smash it, because I'm not having a grandchild with a mobile phone. Sorry, guys,
great,
it's really
yeah.
important. It's really important. Even for me, I put my phone aside. I'm not looking at my phone, because
Mhm.
you're important. You're important, right?
Yeah, they don't know how to put it down. Years ago, I forget who came out with it, but there was a little phone. It was specifically designed for kids. It was called a Firefly,
Mm.
Yep.
and it
Siemens.
only had like three or four numbers that you could put in it, right? So it automatically had, like 911 was a single button on it. So then like you could put, maybe 3 or 4 numbers. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
And it didn't have any texting or internet attached to it or anything. It was
That's
that
it.
was it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all a kid needs if when they're young like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's. I don't know about you guys, but even now, that energy that the phone has is not a positive energy.
Mhm.
No,
It
it's
is.
it's been studied, and it's like an addiction, like whether it's the cell phone, whether it's the video games, all those electronics, they give the brain the same addictive high as like cocaine.
Absolutely, absolutely. But also other energies that get through that shouldn't be able to get through.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I put it out there saying I want to control it for myself. I want to
Mm.
control what comes into my house. I want to control. It's important. Only because I want the positive. I want my family to be okay. And my son who's like myself. He's not on his phone all the time. He's not.
Mm.
He's a 32-year-old that uses his phone as a communication device. Okay. He uses his computer and he plays. Might play a game or two, whatever. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, nobody that I know where I've worked treat their phone as a communications device. They treat it like a lifeline.
It's a computer now. Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lifeline. It's a lifeline. No, but it's not good. How do you visualize? How do you do? I'm learning more about getting back to basics.
Mm.
Okay. Trusting myself, trusting the brain, trusting the spirit. Listen to this, listen to this, listen to, today I wasn't feeling too good. I got in the car, went, I just want a coffee. Just give me a coffee. Thank you. Drove home inside, right? And now I realize that I should never even have driven out. But that to me gave me a bit of sun. I love going out and walking on my little patch of lawn. But yeah, that's it.
Oh, until you tested positive, you are allowed to go out. Yeah. Okay.
I won't have a choice now.
Mm. No, get tested. I mean, let me know. Okay. But what I'm trying to help you guys tonight is for the visualization, it's not just about seeing. We actually need to practice it. Okay. We are coming off a generation told like you're not entitled to, don't even think about it. How often your mom or your dad said, don't you even think about it. When you think, oh, how much did they have that lolly? They can almost, I thought they could, you always read my mind. How would nice be to have a lolly? Don't even think about that. Okay. So we stop that. We stop seeing what are the possibility. We stop thinking what are the possibility. But the fact is, living an abundant life is our birthright. When we say visualize, we have the right to call on to the things that we deserve. All right. So tonight, the exercise, what I would like to bring you through is, remember we set your 90-day goals. Okay. And then you might have just set your 30 days goal over the weekend, but let's take a piece of paper out and a pen to write that down. And
Okay.
we're going to,
I'm just going to close the door.
yep, go on, and visualize how to bring forth so write your numbers 1 to 7 as number 7 is actually your big target for this 90 days or 30 days goal.
How many days?
Your
The
90,
30 or 90?
no, by now yours will be your 60 days goal, isn't it? Because you have already done about a month or 2 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So make a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 as your target for your 30 days, your big target.
Okay, I've done that. Hang on, where did I put it? Okay, my head. What did I say? Okay, all right, all right.
Okay. All right. Now, then what I would like you to think about, the top 6, the little target. Think about it. Maybe something as tiny as, I would be precise. I would like to see a red color butterfly as your number 1 target for the next week also. Your number 2 target would be, I want to see a sunflower, but be specific. Or sunflower is very specific. Sunflower is like yellow. Okay. Or we did this exercise like with the last round of ladies. Emma was actually wanting to have a pair of white high heel shoes. You know, when you
I
want,
got them. I got them.
I know. Okay, but that is only an example. So you would need to be precise.
Okay.
I want to see a dollar note that is by, does Bill Clinton has a dollar note, Christine? Or like probably most likely Lincoln. I mean, I'm not so good with American dollar note, but like, that's what I'm saying. Write that down. So for you to visualize, to have that actually in front of you, that you might get a change of that dollar Lincoln. So see, we are able to manifest and visualize what we are calling for. So that is going to help you to build your confidence that as you call for your 90 days goal, that you will be able to manifest that into existence. So it's really our willpower, our mind, and our emotion. We are going to expand that and exercise deep into our soul, knowing when we call for something, it'll come to your direction. Okay. So it's how smart are we to tap into this quantum spiritual aspect instead of working, yep, I'm saving, or finding which company could lend me the money. Because fortunately over the weekend, Anna, they all got pampered really well and got a lot of gifts. But I actually manifested some of the gifts that didn't cost me a cent to give it to them. And everyone's very happy, but I'm not telling you guys that it will have cost someone that are that blessed to receive it in order to pass it to others and bless others.
Okay.
You got your list, Anna?
Yep. Yep. One is.
Give Christine some time to think about it.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, as I'm writing this list, I started writing, I want this. And I was on the phone with a friend of mine the other day. And she was listening to something and she's like, you get rid of the word want. Because you already had, because the whole visualization thing and that calling in, if you say, I want this, well, you already have that. You already have the want. It's, I have this.
I have, yes.
You know, because like I say, you're calling this into existence, you're visualizing bringing it in.
Yeah.
You already have that. So you have to take it
dimension. It's there already. So, but what we are doing is like we're calling that into this 3D reality.
right. But when you're writing down the things, she's like, get rid of the word want.
Yeah.
Because you already have the want. What's the you want to physically have now? It's like,
Yeah.
I have this.
Yeah.
I have, I am, I intend.
I choose.
Oh, I left that one out. Okay, I got to write that one.
Oh, I mean, but I should be rich, but no. I choose to be rich. I choose. I'm abundant.
I keep saying abundance surrounds me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Build confidence to achieve an abundance life. So he's doing it. I'm confident to achieve an abundance life. I'm beautiful. I'm successful. So when you say it, speaking into existence, see that. That's the visualization of a successful person. Remember the 30-day self, future self. You see that lady, you continue to talk to her and thank her and thank yourself today and feel that and experiencing it with that with the emotion of that connection.
Just so you know, I wrote my forgiveness letter today to the money.
Yeah.
And I wrote my love letter today. It was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because, so I understand what you're saying because I love the fact that we went in there and we're talking about focus, where your focus is. And I know my focus is just on abundance, because when I do abundance, when abundance is surrounding you and you're working through with the spirit and the connection, then everything else that you're worried about will come through, will be part of the healing, will also work through. But the focus I can't focus on everything. I don't know. That was something very poignant in what was said. I was like, I'm so glad they said that, because all I've been focusing on is on one thing. So,
Yeah.
And
So
that's all.
you focus on, Anna? What did you learn over the weekend? You can't focus on everything, but then what are you focusing on?
I'm focusing on abundance. My intention is to focus on abundance. Everything around me. Now, abundance is not just monetary. It's spiritually. It's everything that I, when I feel abundant, I feel full. I feel fulfilled. That's the way I look at it. Yes, I am working on abundance. Money, absolutely, because it's a choice. But and that's why when you asked me to do the list now, I'm like, well, I've got like 3 pages of intentions that I recite and do every day. And now I'm going, I've just added 8 rather than 7.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So now do you guys understand what your homework would be? So this week, share in the group.
Yep.
That when you manifest one item, the number 1 item, manifest that first. And then the second one, the third one, up to your 7th. Then share in the group. Yep. Take a picture of, I see a red butterfly. Because when I did this exercise, actually it's still winter in Melbourne. I feel like, how am I going to find a red butterfly during winter? And then I just open Facebook and try to send a gift to my girlfriend. Good morning. Good morning. And then a red butterfly flipping the wings. I thought, yes.
That's beautiful.
So you call that. Okay. Yes, like I'm not an animal person. I said, oh, okay, I'll see a black cat. I'll see a brown dog,
Okay.
Yeah. But as you practice, you fall into them.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yes. to connect deeply within our soul knowing, our birthright. And you're going to fulfill your mission on this earth. Okay, so now you guys going to look after our body. And then our soul is how we're going to nurture that, to tap into the divine, the connection. It will be even more open to the spirit. When upstairs talking to us, then we'll be like, huh, what was I thinking? No, it's just like, oh, we just like allow it to download, just the knowing, there's something that need to be done. So our intellectual mind won't question that spiritual split second. Because often when we heard something from upstairs, we get distracted by other things.
It's too much noise.
But now it's like we need to teach our soul to stay focused in achieving what we want to achieve. Because what we are looking for is not something that's going to harm the earth. We are actually looking at the ecology, how we bring back into the balance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We all have the best intention and we all have our job. But who knows what's actually the big picture? I haven't seen the big picture yet, but I know we all have a strong connection here.
Yeah.
So is it clear for the homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Good on you, Christine. So when do you go back to school?
Sometime in August. I haven't quite looked. I haven't wanted to see the calendar just yet.
All right. So for you, then you could you have one more individual call within this 3-month package. Then, we'll see what your next step is, because some of your posts are very impressive. I'm very impressed and proud of you, what you have done.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Working on it. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like putting the stuff in the group, like doing the posts ahead of time. Or that's where I want to be, is I want to be able to like have some like ready to quickly copy and paste, because I'm like, okay, I have to post at 8 o'clock and I'll start. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to write it well, I shouldn't even be doing that. I'm starting them too close to that 8 o'clock time, and I'm posting them kind of late because it's taking me longer to put them together than I anticipate.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I know that'll probably get easier as I go through it.
It will. I'll help you to refine that, because sometimes it is quite a lot. We put ourselves too much pressure that, oh, come on, 8 o'clock. So yeah.
Yeah. And then my last post on Sunday, I was writing back because a friend of mine had posted something about, looking back to see how far you've come. And I kind of went off of that. And I had all these people congratulating me. I'm like, okay, I really didn't post it to brag or anything. I wasn't expecting people to congratulate me. It was, more of getting people to do the same thing, look back and feel good about how far they've come, whether it was, the past few weeks, past few months, past several years. Just
Good.
Can I ask you a question? I'm learning from somebody that sometimes that what people come through is they see themselves as supportive when they're congratulating you. Okay? Because maybe they don't know how to express, and it's much easier just to like and say congratulations than it is to say, wow, what a journey, I'm going through my own. And it is difficult, but you've got people who can't communicate that, Christine. I've tried. Don't laugh. I can put security systems together. I could stand up and talk about anything in presentations, but putting a post on Facebook, what happened? Did I call everybody? I called every single person in the bloody group, Christine, because I was trying to do a post and I hit the wrong button twice. Twice, not once, twice.
well, I think I realized afterwards, I'm like, I didn't put a question at the end or something for them to like answer or respond to. And then I also noticed, even though when it posted, it also, because Catherine, you told me about spacing it out more, and it looked more spaced out while I was typing it than afterwards when it was posted. So now I'm like, okay, I need to put more in spaces in there between the
I'll put a full
little
stop
sentences.
line. I'll put a dot. So this like depends on which device you use. On your computer, desktop is different to your phone. That's why I said, even all these little things that will help you to save your time. But the fact is, what your intention is good that people commenting on your post, but then it's privately when you start to have a conversation with them, then if you forgot to ask a question, say, hey, so how would you reflect your last 6 months? Then you can start that conversation with them.
Yeah, I forgot that part on that last one.
It is a lot. Don't get me wrong, because as I say, I have an army helping me behind what, like, and it's like, Catherine, you're doing too much, like you're posting all the time. I said, yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I can't.
Yeah.
I just clear the post. I get up in the morning and there's more. I'm like, for Christ's sake, mate, I can't even do one post. Never mind the thousands that you pull up. Like you put the one on LinkedIn, I was like, where the fuck am I LinkedIn or I'm in Facebook? Jesus.
It's okay. As I say, I have an army helping me, okay? I'm working very smart, and I'm supporting people in Philippines that they actually would have enough money to buy their family Jollibee meal, which is quite luxurious for them. It's just like equivalent to our KFC. Okay.
That's good. Guys, I've left the sponges on their own. I've got my homework. I've got to put my letters in the envelope. Do I mail them to you, honey, or do I just put them aside?
Put a date you wrote today, so put it in 30 days. You go back and open that letter yourself.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you, Christine.
You too, Anna.
Yeah.
Have a great. Thank you very much for being here. I'm really glad that you're part of our group. So take care. Love you both.
Love you.
And Catherine, I'll kill you later in relation to COVID.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah, okay. All right, darling. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Oh, cool. I go